just because SpongeBob threw a peanut at that giant clam-like creature. It let out an ear-splitting cry, instantly throwing Bikini Bottom Beach into chaos. And the innocent Patrick Star was wrongly identified as the culprit by all the town residents and was despised by everyone. That day happened to be the free opening day of the Bikini Bottom Zoo, and all the sightseeing programs were free of charge. Such an opportunity to take advantage of the situation was definitely not something that Mr. Krabs would miss. While touring the zoo, he stuffed all the souvenirs he could steal into his pockets. SpongeBob SquarePants and Patrick Star, full of anticipation, headed straight for the most famous star exhibit in the park, a huge clam-like creature. The two of them arrived at the viewing platform and found that the legendary giant clam was sleeping soundly, snoring loudly. SpongeBob tried to wake it up by shouting, but it didn't work. Just when Patrick's enthusiasm hit rock bottom, SpongeBob had a brilliant idea. He took out a peanut and threw it at the clamshell. This trick really worked. The giant clam woke up suddenly, but the next second, it opened its mouth wide and let out an earth-shattering howl. No one expected that this seemingly strong creature was so sensitive. The zookeeper who came running at the sound tried to soothe the clam, but was thrown out of the zoo by the clamshell. Then, the park's public announcement urgently informed the visitors to evacuate. The out-of-control giant clam smashed the exhibition hall into a mess. SpongeBob was extremely terrified and was afraid of exposing his act of causing trouble. He quickly pulled Patrick and mingled with the fleeing crowd. To relieve his anxiety, SpongeBob turned on the TV after getting home, only to see the news reporting the giant clam riot incident. And the surveillance footage accurately captured the culprit who threw the peanut. This became the only clue for the police to identify the suspect. At this moment, SpongeBob finally realized that he was the one who had caused this crisis. He tried to confide his worries to Squidward Tentacles, but he found that Squidward hated the culprit so much that he could hardly contain his anger. So he had to flee in a hurry. When he returned to his doorstep in a state of shock, Patrick suddenly jumped out from behind, claiming that he had made a major breakthrough in the investigation and almost exposed SpongeBob's secret. Fortunately, Patrick forgot about it in a flash, which made SpongeBob secretly relieved. However, a rapid knock on the door shattered his luck. Two policemen came to the door, and all the evidence pointed to SpongeBob. Just as he was about to confess, an astonishing twist occurred. Patrick was mistakenly identified as the culprit, was tied up and taken to the square, where he was insulted by all the town residents. Some even threw peanuts at him. Witnessing his friend being punished for him, SpongeBob could no longer remain silent. He stepped forward and admitted that he was the one who threw the peanut. However, the angry crowd did not calm down. Instead, they turned their anger towards the two of them. At the critical moment, the zoo staff suddenly appeared and announced that the real culprit was someone else. It turned out that Mr. Krabs, when no one was looking, had stolen the pearl inside the giant clam, causing it to lose control due to anxiety. When the staff returned the pearl to the giant clam, it finally calmed down. At this time, everyone learned that this pearl was not an ordinary ornament, but the baby clam that the giant clam had given birth to. With the truth revealed, Patrick's injustice was cleared.
But it's free day!